Hello brew tubers, and welcome to the first video in quite a while actually. Got a double brew going on this weekend, so today I'm brewing my Jester Nolicana Pale Ale, and tomorrow probably going to be brewing my mild. I need 2 pins to serve for a visit from the local Canberra branch, serve in the shed, so I'm going to be doing 2 pins, a mild and pale. So yeah, that should be quite fun. So as I said, pale ale today, just finished mashing, draining the wort into the kettle thing, and about to start the sparge. So getting on quite nicely with that. But yes, it's been a quiet month, but a busy month at the same time. Haven't done much brewing, but I've managed to get 2 beers to the St Albans Beer Festival last week or week before, so that was quite good. 2 firkins, one of the pale and mild, which I'm doing today. Yeah, so I'll tell you more about that later, I think. As I said, this is going to be a sort of weekend brewing video rather than just today and another one tomorrow. So anyway, sparging time. So here we are at the start of the 75-minute boil, and the first hop edition of Challenger has gone in. So we've reached the end of the boil, about to start the cool down. The Jester, Olicana and East Cape Goldings have been added. So that is the end of brew day. 25 litres collected, an OG of 1046, which is 1 point above what it should be. SO4 yeast has been chucked in. It's in the fermenter, set to 18 degrees Celsius. So yeah, we're pretty good. That'll be going into a pin once it's finished fermenting. So yeah, tomorrow will be, what did I say it'll be? A mild. So that'll be quite good fun. You'll see that straight away because I'm making this a weekend video. So I shall see you tomorrow, but you'll see me in about a second or so. So good brew day. Tidy up time now for me. So day 2 of this brewing weekend. Got my X mild on the go. I've adjusted the recipe slightly by just adding some invert sugar number 3 to the recipe, which has actually brought it up to over 4%, which is fairly strong for a mild, but oh well, sod it. So yes, that's that doing. Doubt I am going to brew a second beer today. The plan was to brew the 25 litres of this mild and then brew 45 litres of the pale ale, but the capacity of this hop cap boiler just isn't good enough for me to be able to do that. It's only 50 litres to the brim, whereas I really probably wanted it 50 litres to a mark, and then some space, some extra head space, but yeah, well, yeah, so I'll be doing a second brew today, but you know, doesn't mean to say I won't get it done perhaps later in the week. Could do a sort of come home at lunchtime from work, stick the mash on, and then when I get back from work, although it might be mashing for a couple of hours, start the boil and sparge, and finish it off by about sort of 7-8 o'clock perhaps. So that's a possibility, to a midweek brew starting at lunchtime, just to have an extended mash period whilst I am at work. Food for thought anyway, food for thought. So yes, that's all going nicely, and yes, I'll show you the mash. And there we are, mashing away. Just waiting for a hop break to occur. Start of the boil, in goes the first hop addition. Just bittering hops, add more 14% alpha acid. So last of the hops come in, just the last 10-15 minutes of the boil before flame out and cool down. So that is the end of brew day. We've transferred into the fermenter, and I've got the yeast ready to pitch. 1042 on the hydrometer, which is bang on what it should be, which is good. But yeah, seems to be okay. Good brew day again. So yeah, just need to clean up, and that's that. It's 3 o'clock now. Could start another brew, but I seriously doubt I will. So we'll leave it at that for today. So that is a weekend of brewing done. Brewed the pale ale Saturday, the mild on Sunday. Both very successful. Good brew days. Did need really to do a third brew. I need to do 40 litres to fill a firkin up. I've got 2 firkins to fill, so that's 80 litres of beer I need to brew. So that's going to be jolly good fun. That's probably next weekend's job. Not really looking forward to it. I hate using my brewing to brew bigger batches, just because it hasn't got the capacity. I keep saying it's 50 litres to brim, and ideally what I need is about another 5 litres or so of headspace. So yeah, a bit frustrating, but I'll try my best. So yes, that'll be brewing next weekend for the Watford Beer Festival. Had my public debut with Bowtie Brewers at the St Albans Beer Festival. So that was in St Albans Arena. Had 2 firkins there, my mild and pale ale, which I've brewed this weekend. Wasn't very happy with either. The pale ale had a sort of very odd nutty bitterness, a lot bitterer, a lot more bitter, probably better English, than the first batch I made, which was quite unusual. So not sure exactly what went wrong there. Brewed it again this weekend, and I adjusted alpha acids, so reduced the amount of hoppage. So fingers crossed it'll be okay. And the mild was very disappointing. I made for St Albans, although it was the better of the 2 beers, but I wasn't happy with it. Came in at 3%, should have been 3.6. So, but I got mixed reviews. So I think on Untapped the mild came in about 3.15 out of 5, and the pale ale I think was a bit higher at 3.3 or 3.4 out of 5. So not the best scores in the world, but at least they weren't awful, and people seemed to like it. As I said, very mixed reviews. Some people weren't so keen, some people were. I suppose it's all taste buds really. Still drinking limoncello wheat beer from the Summer Beer Festival. Very good. I've got my new recipe of this to try as well, because I can't use actual limoncello in the beer, since that would be sort of illegal. It would mean I have to pay the beer and spirit duty, not beer duty, which make it very expensive. So I'm going to be using a lemon flavoured coffee syrup in the wheat beer recipe, just to see what that's like as a substitute to the actual limoncello. So that's to come as well. So yes, Bowtie Brewers has officially launched, public debut, which is good. Watford Beer Festival 7th, 8th, 9th of November. Brewing next weekend for that. Firkin of the Pale and either of the English IPA or the mild again perhaps. So I've got to decide on what to do for that. And then I need to brew beer to sell to bottle shops. I brought 500 bottles and haven't filled any of them yet, so got some work there to do. But yes, that's the end of a rather successful brew day. Thank you very much for watching. It has been a while, I know, but well, good thing come to those who wait. Cheery bye.